Video is about measuring energy changes. So the keyword in the question is solid and the temperature negative 280 degrees Celsius. And the concept of this question is temperature versus volume. So we can draw out the relationship between temperature and volume in a graph. So in our x-axis, we have temperature as our independent variable because we're changing temperature. And in our y-axis, our dependent variable is volume because we're measuring volume. And our units for volume is centimeter cube or meter cube or any other increments of cubic measurement. And our temperature unit is kelvins, degrees. And so the graph would look something like this. And it makes sense because as we increase temperature, the particle will move further away from each other and the volume would therefore increases as well. So it's a positive relationship. And so if we were to look at that, we would have solid somewhere along the graph, moving to liquid and then transitioning to gas. But if we were to go backwards to point 0, so if we decrease temperature, the particle will move closer together, therefore decreasing the volume. And at one point, the temperature will be so low that the particle are so close to each other that it physically doesn't exist, and the volume is 0. And so that point right here, the temperature is 0 and volume is 0 as well. And we can call this point the point of absolute 0. So now let's go back to our question. Our question asking if it's physically possible to have a solid at the temperature negative 280 degrees Celsius. So we're in degree Kelvin, so we need to make change it to degree Celsius. So here's the formula that we have learned. So we just simply need to plug in negative 280 for a degree Celsius plus 273 and we get negative degrees 7. And we can see this number is below absolute 0. So it's physically impossible to get a solid, but also physically impossible to exist at all because it doesn't have any volume. So the answer is no, it's not possible.